Yep.
Hello and fuck Cape shit.
Should we just make it
Welcome.
like fuck Comicsgate? I mean, I hate Cape shit too, but
But I mean,
comic.
Cape shit's their cause. It's the core of the problem. You know us. We've always gotten to the core of the problem in ways that other people couldn't perceive. But anyways, welcome to another new episode of Shittywebcomics Weekly. Yay!
This is going to be a watershed episode.
Yeah. Just we're breaking new boundaries here, especially if you're looking at the screen. The lower right corner there is something new.
We're breaking the chains.
Yeah. One thing that also I like, whenever you talk, it doesn't activate the thing for me. It only goes by the microphone. If I turn up the speakers, my microphone will pick up the speakers and it'll start doing that. But so far, this works very nicely. I'm a VTuber now, everyone. Wow. Um, it's just this little goofy ass program. Let's see. The program's called VeadoTube Mini, VeaDo Tube Mini, and it was Nopeful who actually showed it to me. I was like, oh, here. And then he even drew, it's like four little goofy variants. And it's like, there, now
Kind of
you
like
just
those,
plug this in and you can be a YouTuber. So
like those
shout out,
arm
big
crossed.
props.
Yeah, big props to Nopeful.
Yeah, for just basically showing me how easy this is.
Yeah,
Nice
it's
and
kind of
easy.
like
And
those
so for the
the
weeklies,
furry
we'll be
ranch
doing this from now
donut
on.
avatars with their arms crossed,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on a
debating
second.
the
I forgot
existence of
that. There's
God.
variations. There's if I hit the hotkeys 1 through 4 are different hotkeys, and the yeah, I think this will be the default because arms crossed. Whoa, we're getting serious now. But yeah, that's it. We're comics reviewing VTubers. I kind of wish my brother could have like another one maybe on the other side, but I don't think it's possible to even set that up. Certainly not through this program because this program is very the video Viedo Tube Mini thing is very simple, very basic, which is fine. Uh, anyway, Za, the it's funny. I just look at the screen. It's like, wow, that's great. Anyways, so yeah, a whole new era of Shitty Webcomics Weekly. This will be our thing for our again. These episodes are brought to you by our wonderful, wonderful Subscribe Star backers. Our Subscribe Star videos aren't going to have the VTuber thing because uh, we just throw video game footage, and you can't put this over the. You have to record it live, which means you have to be talking live, and the video, is just the logistical nightmare of that. It's just not going to work. But it works perfectly for this segment because these are inherently us recording the screen to show the comics that we're reviewing and talking about, which, as you may notice, also this week, very special one, legendary, world famous, perhaps even infamous comic, Sonichu, um, which I've never really read before. Like I've seen the memes, and I was like,
Yeah,
like
I
whenever
see.
I
Yeah,
see
I
a
saw.
comic by an autistic person, it's like, okay, I get it
Well, I
already,
mean, a
no
lot of
matter
the
what it
time, even
is.
that with a meme, it's like, oh, I can guess exactly. I know where this is going. Next caller.
Yeah,
I
next.
can imagine where this is going. I don't need to actually read it. But at this point now, I'd say maybe we should try.
There's some historical value, but also padding. Filler content. We got to have something to fill the content. Am I right? So I figure we'll just review, or not even review. We're just going to go over the first few pages of the beginning of Sonichu. And in fact, here, this is on archive.org/details/Sonichu complete. Has this site where it's like, here's all the comics of Sonichu that came up, and you can download them as comic book RARs as a torrent. You can hit show all files, which will take you to a thing like this that just has like a CBR that you can download, but you can also just have the CBR open through the web page and
Is
click
it
on
possible? Yeah.
the images.
Is it actually possible to download this maybe? Because it might be easier to view. Because
Well,
as
I
it is
could,
right
but I
now, I have
only
to.
plan to just go over this on the website because I'm just gonna
That's
do
fine. But I
that.
mean, it's a little arduous for me I have to open these basically in new tabs,
Yeah,
or
which is what I did. It's kind of
that's
not a great
fine.
call on my part, even, but um,
I mean, it's Sonichu. It's already shit.
yeah, it's. I mean, we're
Bullshit.
not judging this by the art, of course. We're judging this by the quality of its storytelling. That's always
Quality of its
what's
character.
important to us.
I'm judging it by the quality of its character.
Yes.
And so far, not so good.
Yeah, finding it lacking, but I mean, we are only looking at the cover. Maybe we're judging too harshly so far.
In fact, I have to actually ask already, even though we're not judging by the art, is this drawn in marker or crayon?
I think it is marker because it looks a little like it was wet-ish.
Those big, yeah, it looks like one of those big markers that they give to little kids.
Yeah, it almost looks like he put in when you consider it that way, he put in painstaking work to color right to the edge of the lines and not go over. And it's like, wow, he fucking.
Colored the entire background and all of the grass in the area.
And you can tell he kind of started with he started with going to the edges. He started by coloring around the lines first, and you could tell the markers started wearing out and going dry before he could finish coloring in the rest of it. And
He
he was
didn't
like,
bother to
it's
fin-
getting
he
every.
didn't bother to keep going.
That's how he
Yeah, you can
talks.
kind of see each individual pen stroke, as
Yeah,
it were.
the detail. Oh,
The
it's just top notch,
detail.
actually. So if anything, I think the art is actually better than the storytelling.
That's
But
actually the thing is, if this was a more well-beloved and higher quality product, you could be like, oh man, it's like listening to an orchestra when you've smoked weed for the first time. It'd be like, listen, you can hear people, the instruments clacking. If you listen very carefully, it's like, whoa, I can hear that.
you can hear the chairs creak in the background.
You can
It's
hear
like,
the chairs creaking of the orchestra.
yeah.
Like, whoa.
If
This
we,
would be an amazing feature, an amazing element of the art if it wasn't Sonichu.
it's yeah, but it's Sonichu. Oh, he dead names himself on this cover. It says underneath
Why
him,
why was
underneath his
he
shoe, it says Christian W. Chandler.
why is he transphobic? Why is he engaging in
Yeah.
transphobia on himself on his own work?
Why would he willingly choose to be transphobic? I don't know. I wouldn't do that if I was him. But speaking of which, oh no, what's this?
Clear
What's
that this work needs to be fucking eradicated,
there's this one?
probably
Yeah.
in a fire or maybe some kind of fumigation area.
Yes, a chamber which will contain some form of fumigation, if you will.
Preferably
Anyway,
some kind of delousing agent.
oh, that's you know what? That sounds kind of nice, actually. It's good to maintain your health. Um, the I was just showing off the different state of my delightful happy avatar there with the other crown. There's wait, here's this the
Oh, like
other type of crown, and then without crossed arms, and then this without crossed arms. But crossed arms should be the default, I think. I'm gonna go with this as the default because when the avatar crosses his arms, look out. Hey, look out, you motherfucker. You
motherfucker. And then
motherfucker.
also need to point out, go Sonichu, go out and zap to the extreme, 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 extreme.
Extreme. That's what comics from this era were all about, being extreme. That's why they were so good and
Yeah,
not shit at
that's what
all.
I
That's
said,
why this
even
comic's so good, obviously.
2000. And this is really old. It's going way back.
Yeah, it's hard to
But
argue with that logic.
on top of that, though, I will thank you, Father. So apparently, this guy fucked Sonic.
Yeah, he fucked Sonic. Sonic got pregnant, and also Pikachu, I think. And so, yeah,
Fucked Sonic.
Christian Weston Chandler is a father. He had a strong urge to procreate and reproduce, and that's perfectly healthy. In fact, if anything, he beat the trend. That's the new modern trend to save the who white race is to reproduce and have children, even if sometimes your children are a mix between
He
Sonic
even,
and Pikachu.
he even has a white girlfriend in real life.
Yeah, that's true.
Boyfriendless white girlfriend.
He is more. I mean, he's more popular than us. Do we even have the right to talk shit about somebody like him? I don't
No,
think
we
so.
don't. No, we do not have the right. So anyway,
So, anyways, continuing on. Draw November 24th,
yeah, he's more
2004.
popular. Therefore, that means that we can't ever do anything. That is the one metric that should always
Yeah.
judge
And that's how everyone
everything.
else judges things is that, like, if somebody is more popular, nobody has the right to criticize them. People unironically think that.
We were told that specifically by somebody who was also so dumb they actually thought Cyberfrog was more popular than this.
Well, I was also told that specifically by someone who was so dumb that he took 5 years to get his law degree and then doesn't practice law. He quit practicing law to become a YouTuber and pretend to like anime. I'm talking
Uh,
about Nick Rekieta. He
uh,
actually said that though. If you're not popular, he actually said that if
well, of
you're less
course,
popular, you don't have the right to criticize somebody else who's more popular.
he's practically a woman anyway.
Yeah, especially
Also, just think about that. I mean,
the way other guys treat his wife in front of him.
fucking McGill got his law degree in secret.
University of American Samoa, but yeah, or it was specifically what Rekieta said something really stupid to me about how you don't have a lot of followers, so your opinion doesn't count. That was his actual statement. Was that my opinion didn't count for as much because I have less followers, and one of Rekieta's own friends had to, in private, went to me and was like, "Yeah, Rekieta's just being dishonest. He doesn't actually believe in most of the stuff he even says. He's just, he
He is
is
a
a
lawyer.
fame whore. He's like his own friends are calling Rekieta a clout chasing fame whore behind
I
his
mean,
back.
fucking just finding out he's a lawyer is bad enough.
Yeah.
What's next? He's got a trust fund?
Yeah, but wow, how much worse can it get? What's next? Fucking finding out that he's just lying in public and shit? And that he hides behind his fan base and that his own friends
Next
think
thing you're
that
gonna
about him?
find out.
I,
Next
I
thing you're
can't
gonna
imagine
find
what it's
out
like if
after
my
all this,
friends thought that about me, because they don't.
he's actually he changed his name and that his former surname had a precious metal in it.
Oh no. Well, he can't change his nose, that's for sure. Anyways, so this cover, very, very detailed, not just with the artwork, but it very well establishes the main characters and their motivations. Better than most comic books these days, even in indie comics, even in the indie consumer revolt grift community, they don't even establish their characters and settings as well as just this first page, this cover of Sonichu. So, again, maybe we do have to give more credit to Sonichu than it's deserved or that's gotten so far. More credit than it deserves. We actually have to give more credit. It deserves no credit, and so let's give it some credit. Wow. I don't know how that works. Let's see. The next page is just a credits page. Um, all Sonichu material is copyrighted March 2000 to 2005. So is the copyright over? I don't think so. But Christian Weston Chandler, so is it under that name? So that means the copyright's over because his name is different? I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't think it matters. In fact, the one thing about copyright is that it doesn't it's not this strict. It's not like, oh, to this, if you say it's this, it only applies to this what you said this one time. It doesn't work that way. If you make something and you post it in public, that it's yours and it's like, here, I made this, I'm throwing
Well,
it out
I still
there.
have to. I have to
It
wonder,
is
even
yours
though
anyways.
just looking at it, though, it's a cross between two already existing properties made by somebody
Yeah,
else.
although
So
that can be
how's
covered under fair use.
I
um
guess, but it's still so cheap.
yeah, it's
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 like here
but also the cheapness of it doesn't determine the validity
I
necessarily.
took Harry Potter and I mixed him with fucking Kylo Ren, and he's my new fucking OC, and now you have to respect that. And it's like,
You
I
respect
don't
that,
think I
you piece of
can.
shit.
I don't think that I can
Yeah,
respect that.
you don't
First
have to
off,
respect it, but the legal system apparently does. I
and the,
guess.
the legal system should be in those cases, in both of those cases, I'm very happy to rip off those characters and make an inferior copy of
Yeah.
them both.
Yes. It's like being a fucking total incel, 1 out of 10 loser fat nerd, and going and hitting on the hottest girl you see, not because you even want to be with them, but because it's inherently insulting to her. It brings
Yet
her
you're
down.
reducing her value just by proximity.
Her SMV is reduced very horrifically.
Yeah, she's losing an entire point each time you ask.
She's becoming a
He
gamma
goes from
female.
being a 9 out of 10 instantly to an 8 out of 10.
Yes, just because you asked her out. It's the ultimate troll. It's perfect. It's perfection. Anyways, episode 1, Sonichu's origin. He even took the time to write the word Sonichu there in like an electric kind of font there. Hand. It's all custom hand lettering. This is a custom hand job. And he put in that work. He made it work himself. He
Yeah,
even
a lot
drew
of
the
love.
O, and then the rest of it's just fucking Comic Sans.
Sure was a lot of love. He wanted to make sure
Um,
put as many fucking Nazi Waffen SS
yes,
in
it's just
icon.
it is literally a bunch of fucking SS Nazi fucking S's to make up Sonichu. Based, perhaps basted with red pills,
Sitting
perhaps. Yeah,
Basado.
yeah, Masato, who's the best waifu from Eva because she says that what was it that she said?
Israel is not a legitimate state
Yeah, why did she say that? Why did Misato from Evangelion say that? I don't know. Um,
because she's not 14 years old.
yeah, that's right. She's actually old enough. She's old enough to remember the founding of Israel. She's over 100 years
She's
old.
old enough to breed because she's over 18.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Although technically, anyone's old enough to breed. If you just push hard enough, the beginning of the page says our story begins in an open field 5 miles. Oh my god, he misspelled a word.
This
Uh,
is instantly ruined.
this story is not good
But yeah, that's
anymore.
also he apparently didn't draw that part. He just used fucking MS Paint or fucking whatever
It could have been MS Paint, yeah.
Comic Sans.
Yeah, he used Comic Sans in MS Paint, perhaps, but yeah, he just fucking the rest of it, which that is pretty much how everyone does it, and it's perfectly valid. Maybe not the font, although the font could be the best font, especially in this day of wonderful irony. Is that if you're going to be ironic, which you better be, you got to use Comic Sans MS. It's the best font for that. You're taking shit to the next level when you intentionally choose to use Comic Sans MS, knowing that people hate it and that it's for sure the worst font and all that stuff.
It's
Although Jerk always
intentional.
says it's actually a really good font, especially for comics.
It's
Um,
completely intentional.
yeah. Anyways, so he says open field 5 miles, or miles, obviously, from the city of Station Square, which is under siege by the perfect chaos monster, which implies that that's a description, but is that the name of the chaos monster? Is the perfect chaos monster, or is that just a description? And then in that case, what is the name? So that sentence should be like the perfect chaos monster, Chaosian, or whatever the fuck. That should be how things go. But
Unless
I
it's a
think it's a
fucking
mistake
reference.
that he didn't do that way.
I guess it's a reference to Sonic, maybe, because he mentions immediately Sonic the Hedgehog ponders over the destruction. We don't see Sonic in this
Yes,
here so
Sonic is
far.
nowhere to be seen, but we do see
He's
Pikachu.
a character in this already. He
Yeah.
exists in this universe too.
A wild boy Pikachu takes notice of the far off destruction. So it's not just taking the two characters, making a mash of them, and saying it's covered under fair use because it's a parody of them. You're now actually using them.
which
which
means
I
it's no longer covered.
yes,
This is basically copyright infringement.
it's officially copyright infringement. Very tragic, I guess. I don't know. But
I
anyways,
guess.
Pika. So the Pikachu, just the top of its head, it goes Pika. In fact, it looks like it's the exclamation point above the Pikachu's head. It says Pika, and not the actual Pikachu. Is that wrong? Is that bad? I don't know. Maybe not.
Is it even possible?
Yeah, it's kind of abstract, if anything. If this is borderline experimental, as Jay Bauman would say. But anyways, a little inset next to it says, "I'm Christian Weston Chandler, Sonichu's creator and author of this comic. This is his story, and nothing less." Which, of course, it would be nothing less
Yeah,
because that's
why
inherent.
would it be? I was worried at first. I was wondering if this is going to be less than his story.
Yeah,
But
was
it
it
turns
going to be
out
less than the story? Apparently
it's
not,
at
according to
least
this.
his story.
Yes. Also, Christian Weston Chandler has two different color eyes. He has heterochromia. One eye is
Oh,
blue and the
oh
other
yeah,
eye is green.
very groovy mutation.
Yeah, yeah. That was just so out of fucking nowhere. A groovy mutation. Oh yeah, I remember because he was really
Because that's where I
suave.
learned the word. I've seen it before, but heterochromia. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're right, in X-Men First Class, which is a
When he
great movie.
describes it as a groovy mutation. As
Sure
a
is a good movie.
what a wonderful movie. It actually was.
Thinking back on
It
that,
was
it's like,
delightful.
man, they did the whole '60s vibe, and it's like, this is actually really, it's kind of
Although a
like,
little like on the note, like that was such a goofy line, but in a way, it's kind of it's intentionally goofy. Like it's funny to
it's
to
kind of
say,
also, though, it's like Fallout New Vegas, where it's like, yeah, this is a Western RPG, first person style, but it's also kind of just, it's like an Old West setting.
yeah, the music is old west literally
Very,
gunslinger ballads, like the
yeah,
Marty
very
Robbins one.
cowboy, a lot of cowboy motifs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, this is
Cowboy
great.
kind of stories, like old west timey kind of stories, as well as that mix of like bizarre science fiction. You know what it kind of reminds me of is Briscoe County Jr. Remember that show? Wow, wow,
Cass
remember
is
that
just like
show?
straight up a cowgirl. She's a total reverse cowgirl.
Yes, you mean fucking Cass?
Cass.
Cass was a reverse cowgirl for sure. Uh,
Isn't that just a cowboy?
yeah, isn't it? Isn't that what it does? That just mean cowboy? Anyways,
Anyway,
next page though. Yeah, so Sonic, almost said Sonichu. Don't want to get that. Don't get
sure.
it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. N word.
Yeah, but a very elaborate page full of action where Sonic, I guess, is using the Chaos Emeralds. I guess that's what it is.
I guess
Because
because I have no fucking idea
yeah,
because I don't give the slightest fuck.
yeah, the Sonic games not really good, but don't tell our fucking nephew we said that, of course.
Sonic overrated, maybe? Perhaps.
Mayhaps, but because I just recognize the like I've heard of Chaos Emeralds and I see these gems. It's like okay, that does something. I don't know.
Well, emeralds are green, so these are definitely not all emeralds,
Yeah,
but
it's
whatever.
yeah, kind of a stupid idea, isn't it? Anyways, so he turns into
Unless I'm wrong,
supersonic,
maybe
I
he knows
guess.
better. Maybe he knows all the different varieties of colors of emeralds.
Oh, that'd be pretty impressive. I mean, I
Maybe
guess
it's
you
the
could have an
radiant color.
emerald that is colored something else. The way you can have a diamond that has like a tint to it
Well,
too.
yeah, yeah. And there's like pink diamonds,
Yeah.
and the white diamonds, black diamonds, all kinds of different colors. It depends. So anyway, there's
The
Sonic
way
who's
these
got a
panels are
bunch
laid out is definitely botched, though. There's this Sonic up here, and
of.
then there's Sonic with
Well,
the
I mean,
emeralds around him. He turns
the
into
funny thing
Supersonic.
about that one in particular is that there's a fucking Sonic who's like levitating the gems around him, but standing right next to him is some kind of fucking yellow Sonic
I
with
think
red
that's supposed to
eyes.
be a panel fucking
No,
differentiation.
it's just separate. They're standing between the corner of a building or something, and then there's a regular Sonic, and there's like I guess a fucking DBZ gay Sonic,
But the thing
the
is
gay
that
European disco Sonic.
the way that this naturally reads, the way that the eye naturally follows is left to right. So you see Sonic, then Sonic with the emeralds, then Supersonic, and then fucking you see Supersonic again, but the way you kind of read it, because of the way that that first panel is grouped with the others, is that you see Sonic, then you see Supersonic, and you may read then Sonic with the emeralds and then Supersonic. So it's just all completely botched. It is
Yeah,
not well
horrible
arranged.
layout.
This
Just
is why
a
panel layout is
terrible.
very important to learn how to do
Yes,
right.
a lot. It's an underrated thing. Most people don't normally think about it when they think of a comic, or even if they try to make their own comic.
Hmm.
It's
And
it's a kind of mistake we would have made when we made some of our first comics when we were 11.
yeah, and was Christian Weston Chandler 11? No, I don't think he was. I think he was
No.
a little older than that, like 20.
And
But
also the gay European Sonic has a bare chest.
yeah, for some reason, yeah, that's it's a little upsetting, I suppose. But anyway, so Pikachu goes there and sees something, and then there's some kind of zappy thing, and it's going up the neck. It looks like it's coming up the throat of the monster, but I
It
guess
looks
is that
more like a
Pikachu
fucking
running up the monster's
a
side?
yellow snake. A yellow snake. It's just the same color of yellow as Pikachu, but it's definitely not Pikachu because it
Yeah,
looks nothing like it.
Pikachu doesn't have this, but I think that here's this Pikachu's watching, like sitting on this platform, and I think off to the side is supposed to be yellow Sonic, and then the next one is Sonic going up. So I think
I
that's
wouldn't
Sonic
have
going up the
any
monster.
fucking idea. I would have guessed it was Pikachu turning into pure lightning
Yeah.
because I think he has the ability to
Yeah,
turn into lightning.
because again, I don't know that much about Pokemon either. I don't think Pikachu turns into lightning, though. I think he just shoots
I
lightning
wouldn't know either way.
and kills
I heard lightning,
motherfuckers.
something about lightning. I don't fucking know.
I don't even fucking know. But anyways, um,
Anyway, next page. Fuck
yeah.
that
Next
shit.
page is the
Next
monster's
page.
gonna shoot at Pikachu. So it was charging something up, isn't it, or not? I don't fucking know. But
No?
they slam together. There's a rainbow 15 miles away. Girl Raichu. Is that another Pokemon? I don't even know. I guess.
An existing real Pokemon. Oh yeah, it's
And then a rainbow hits them. The girl
I think
Raichu.
she gets pregnant from the rainbow.
Oh, she got
I think
pregnant.
that's what's happening.
Yeah, she's getting like super pregnant. Oh, I think she turned into Amy Chu, or who is this actually? Ro-
Rosachu.
but yeah, so Sonic they merged dimensionally perhaps, and then at
Who
the
are you? Where's
cottage,
my
Raichu, I
Pokemon?
saw the gas. Some girl says this. Who are you? Where's my Pokemon? Kel, I think. Is it? Yeah, I think Kel.
You're as
I am your
beautiful as a
Pokemon.
rose.
I have transformed. Oh, it's Rose. You're as
I've never
beautiful as a
seen.
rose.
I
As a rose, I need
personally
a new name
have
since I'm a
never
new
seen
Pokemon.
anything so beautiful.
Rosichu. Oh, that's a good name.
That's a good name.
And then
Fucking
it says
idiot.
Zapbud, which I don't know what that is. And then another copyright notice here. Just so
Okay,
you
so
know,
I would
Rosichu belongs
say,
to him. It says copyright.
I don't know. I would say, fuck this comic.
Whoa, we're getting a little harsh here.
Fuck
But
this comic. We'll see you next week. But actually, I don't know. How long have we been
well, here,
going?
there's you know what? There's only a couple pages, but here, a
Well,
Sonichu wakes
that was
up. I
like
have
five.
changed. The battle is on. I've
So he
got to
didn't
help.
turn into
Time to zap.
Rosachu. He somehow converted a Pokemon. He basically just assassinated a Pokemon and replaced it. A fucking They
Killed
Live or
it.
not They Live, but the Thing style
Well,
with
or
a
like
completely different life
Tuvix.
form.
It's more like Tuvix, I believe, would be a very accurate.
Yeah, the perfect metaphor. Two
Yes.
bits.
Ah, it's so good. So he runs and he jumps and fucking thunder and roar almost got him, which it's like, oh, are there two of them now, or is it just supposed to be some kind of? He's getting a little arty with this, perhaps, um, and really draining the markers too, as you can tell. Fucking. So they're chanting Sonic, 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 yay, but he's not Sonic. I guess it's because the crowd watching this doesn't know he's not Sonic. Wow, what a battle! Not only that, but I've received super speed, a new body. Sonic didn't receive super speed though. I guess Pikachu. So is he going from the memories of Pikachu, where he's like, "Oh, I was Pikachu," but I've received super speed, a new body, and above all else, I'm able to talk like a human. Wow. And apparently, I look like that hedgehog I helped earlier. So he helped him? Did Pikachu help that hedgehog? Because it looked like he didn't really do anything. It looked like they just slammed together. I think this person is lying. This character is a fucking liar. That's what I think. Um, Apparently, I look like the hedgehog I helped from the Cheers. I guess his name is Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic had just about the same abilities as I do now. And I guess I'm now a hedgehog now, too. I am a new Pokemon. I am no longer a Pikachu. So, with inspiration, I am now Sonichu. And from then on, Sonichu went on to make friends as well as enemies, and he will use his abilities to stop evil and save the world. Stay tuned for more Zappin' Adventures of Sonichu. I don't think so.
I think not.
Would I pay for this comic? No. No.
Would I pay $20 for
Would I pay $25 for 48 pages of this comic? No.
no.
I do have a couple other
And would I
pages
wait
open.
two and a half years for it also after paying for the money?
Yeah, the next pages are, as the creator of Sonichu and his world, I feel that. So this has the introduction of Quickville. Yeah, it called Quickville. To be honest, if I didn't hear other people call it Quickville, I would be like, how the fuck do you pronounce CWCville? I would probably call it CWCville, but people call it Quickville because in a way it ties in with the character being fast.
Quackville. Quackville.
Quack.
Is that what I call it?
Quickville, perhaps.
Sonichu is already 16 years in this comic, so he's old enough to fuck.
Instantly became, yeah, he's Sonichu does fuck. I believe that was established too. But then again, so did Sonic the Hedgehog. Didn't Sonic the Hedgehog have a child? In fact, canonically, the Sonic the Hedgehog comics established that he did lose his virginity. Rosachu is age 15. Whoa, she's getting a little. Sonichu could be arrested for fucking her.
She's getting a little old. She's getting a little long in the tooth, actually.
The end of this other page, though, the end of basically the 10th JPEG here I opened was Black Sonichu, aka Blachu.
Is it Black Chew? Black who?
It's
Black...
Blachu, so it's a Blachu. It has to be pronounced Blachu. Phonetically, you know how we're hooked on phonics.
It's kind of like Sonichu. It's not Sonic Who, so...
But he's Sonichu's evil twin. Of course he's evil.
Because of course he's
black.
evil.
Mr. Black.
Now is the time for a crown.
He was created in Giovanni's lab from Sonichu's DNA. Whoa, what part of DNA? Whoa.
I wonder what fluid they extracted to.
Maybe they just did a cheek swab.
Cheek swab, yeah, that's all. Cheek swab. You could also do nasal.
Yeah.
Something you could get follicles,
hair follicle
samples, even, or blood.
The thing about the cheek or nose swab is those are sort of the freshest cells. Hair cells are all technically dead. So
the follicle, though, that's where you get living cells.
Yeah, you could, but again, it's so much easier to just do. That's why they do the cheek swab. It's just completely non-invasive, basically. It's funny because it could be considered invasive. It's just not. It's really not. Anyways, yeah, so the first handful of pages, the first story, the introductory story of Sonichu, he goes on to make friends as well as enemies. Do I want to find out about that? No.
Do I give a shit? No.
No. I mean, I could, but I mean, here's the thing: is that I legitimately, when I read this stuff, I have a low cringe tolerance, and I'm not really that interested in crazy internet drama and the autistic people. Did you see an autistic person did an autistic thing? It's like, yeah, I get it.
Guess what? That happens a lot. Just because you found one that happened to become popular doesn't mean there aren't a motherfucking million more like that.
I mean,
that you might be more interesting.
He has, Sonic or fucking Christian has autism. It's like, how about the people who don't have autism? They don't have that excuse who do way more embarrassing things, who just have no justification. There are a lot of
I mean,
people that all of you are missing out
he has
on. We don't, though.
legitimate brain issues. I don't even believe in autism, especially the way a lot of people use it.
It's a
Oh, I'm
hologram.
autistic because I'm
Autism was
interested
just a
in
hologram.
history. Really, is that all it takes to in order to be brain damaged? Is you like history? You're interested in history?
Or noticing too many things too much. You fucking notice something? Yeah, you're autistic. I knew it. Yeah, that's so many people have just taken autism to define pretty much anything randomly to the point where it no longer even matters. Like, the word autism is like the word racist. Um, it's or rape or fucking Nazi or stuff like
So many
that. It just
words
doesn't
that
mean
don't mean
anything
anything
anymore.
anymore or mean completely different things.
Anyways, so yeah, this is we wanted to just cover some of Sonichu though because we're doing a thing about webcomics. We do this show about webcomics. Wow, webcomics. And so, it makes sense to at least cover Sonichu and to mention, hey, if you want to check it out yourself, here's the fucking Sonichu Complete. The archive is on archive.org. If you just search archive, if you just search on Google or DuckDuckGo, if you will, for archive.org and then the word Sonichu, I'm sure it'll pop right up at the top. And it's got the downloads, direct downloads and stuff. It even has some reviews. Wow. Somebody says CBR files won't open. Looks good so far, except for some reason CBR files won't open. I've tried Manga, Mia, and C Display. C Display is the one I used. They both come up blank. Don't know what that's about. So I have them. I have just opened them with 7-zip and extracted the image files to read that way. So yeah, that's the thing. Every CBR file is essentially a zip file. So you can open it in WinRAR or 7-zip, and it will just open as a folder of image files. Which also means that's how you can make your own CBR files. Is just rar them and then rename the exchange, from .rar to just .cbr, and it will instantly work in any CBR reader. Which CBR readers are all right, but I
Actually,
don't
yeah.
really need them because I used to use ACDC and now I use XNView, which does the same thing. And Windows has its own picture viewer that's supposed to be like that,
Can't
but
imagine using
the
the
Windows one
Windows
is like more kind of bloatware ish. It's
really
slower, so it's
blows
like eh.
picture viewer.
Um, but yeah, so that's the thing is that I have a feeling a lot of people don't even know that about CBRs. They're like, "What's your CBR?" It's sort of like the way that people don't know what a PDF or how to fucking PDFs work or why or what do you use to open it and that kind of shit.
Boomers, in other
With a
words.
PDF, you could open it in
Boomer.
Brave. You could just open a PDF in Brave, and that works very well, actually. But a CBR is actually way more simple, and it's way more moddable because it's just a folder of image files in a sequence, and you just, you turn it into a RAR file, and then you fucking... And everyone should at least have WinRAR, even if you never register it. Or 7-zip, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, that's Sonichu. That's probably all we'll ever cover of Sonichu, unless somebody's like, "Oh no, you got to read this part of Sonichu," and it's like, do I have to? I don't know, maybe. But again, I never had that much of an interest in Chris Chan because I've seen so many other people on the internet already who were either the same as Chris Chan or people who are just as delusional and goofy and unstable as Chris Chan, but they're not officially autistic, so they don't have an excuse. Like, there's a lot of people, again, in the comics world who are just as stupid and delusional as Chris Chan, but instead have big followings and people think they're cool. They're like, oh, this guy's really cool. And it's like, he's just another Chris Chan, but without the autism. And you're not smart enough to see it because all you are is the pro. You're the Untermensch. But anyways, we get into that all the time. In fact, we get into that in much more detail, that kind of topic, in our Subscribe Star videos. Check out the link below. Give us money. Like, unshare, comment, and should have listened to Shitty Webcomics and enjoy the new fucking. We're VTubers now, thanks to Nopeful.